and it just didn't feel like the right fit. You know, like, obviously, everyone assumed that Manon was going to be the character for a reason, right? Like, she's the closest analog that we have to Laura in Street Fighter V. But, from Street Fighter V, I should say. But, IDOM also saw a bunch of success with one of the best poisons in the business.
Yes.
And right now, I don't know that there's somebody else in the roster that scratches the itch of that style of character.
Agreed. And when, God help us when that does show up, because him dual mating Manon plus something with a fireball is all hell is going to break loose in NA Street Fighter.
Yeah, I actually said yesterday, I was like, you know what, I'm kind of wondering, because IDOM's most dominant period, outside of like Season 2, Season 2.5, I feel like IDOM's most dominant period towards this back end of Street Fighter V was the dual main situation. And so one thing that I almost wondered is I was like, are we just missing that thing that covers Manon's weaknesses for IDOM to be able to pull out in these situations? Is that the thing? Because IDOM's been performing really well, but he hasn't quite hit the height that he had in 5 just yet.
No, absolutely. I mean, this is a guy who has quite literally been to the top of the mountain. So you have to, it's hard to judge from that, but I definitely agree. But yeah, as soon as he has that, or obviously there is a balance patch coming in the future, depending on how the balance patch treats Manon. That could also change things up too. But we are getting into our next match. It's going to be Pred and Zerox here. So it's going to be that Honda once again facing off against the Kimberly.
Yeah, I'm going to be intrigued about this one. The style that we saw out of Pred in the match that we saw him playing earlier was very methodical, very much about like, I'm going to, you know, posture a lot in neutral with whiff lights and then use my standing medium kick as my pure whiff punish tool. But the match we saw Zerox play against Listen the Prince was also another very patient game, very like, I'm so willing to sit full screen. If this goes to 20 seconds on the clock, that's fine. I paid $60. I have 99 seconds on the round. So I'm going to be intrigued to see. Pred, I feel like, is going to end up forced to try to be the aggressor.
Oh, for sure. Found that knockdown there. Slow things down. Oh, Zerox trying to take a shot there. Look at the connection afterwards. If you go for headbutt and your opponent is consistently pressing afterwards, there's the, what we call the, it's like a scrub killer thing online. If you just do headbutt, OD headbutt, that's a great way to dissuade people from trying to take any kind of turn after a headbutt. It looks like Pred not overcommitting in those situations.
Yeah, Pred right now, he seems like he's in this mindset of like, all right, in the post-headbutt situation, I'm just going to walk back. There's no like huge threat. There's not a low threat that you can represent for me, so I can just sort of not be all that scared. We have the can extension. Is he going to commit the super? Oh, he doesn't end up needing to.
Yeah, I feel like Zerox is doing a little too much. I think we need to chill a little bit, using a little bit too much of the forward heavy kick, trying too often to be the one taking the shots. It's like we said, this is a matchup where, in theory, on paper, Pred should be the one trying to do something about Zerox playing that defensive wall style. I really like those wake-up jabs, but
nothing coming after it is unfortunate, right? Because you want that to go into knockdown, lead to Oki, and then you want to get the better of it and then reset back and be like, I am a flying bullet of 300 pounds of Japanese sumo muscle.
100%.
What are you going to do about it? And we've not really seen Zerox get the chance to switch into that element of the game just yet. And it's still off of just the strength of that standing medium kick out of Pred.
Okay, try to go for the throw in that spot. Easy catch out from Pred. Is able to take the kill and take the first game. Yeah, I really would like to see a less committal style from Zerox. I think that using the jump scare every once in a while, going for the drive rush forward heavy kick is pretty good, but you do not want to be the one initiating on Kimberly all the time. It's okay with an asterisk.
Yeah. You know what it is? This feels like a great divide match, where it's like you have to overcome that, like, all right, here's all the stuff that works against most people, and now we're playing at that next level, and you need to overcome that great divide and find the ability to tune your gameplay in, like, percentages of degrees to be able to get something else different here. And Zerox has found a lot of intensity here, and now, okay, we're just a little bit too far away, and he tries to press the issue after Hands gets counter hit, the OD headbutt. All right, I guess we're bringing a little bit of belligerence to this one as part of our answer to slow Pred down.
Everything I said doesn't count when they're in the corner. That was amazing from Zerox. When you get them to the corner, abuse everything, turn green as often as you want, but in situations like this, mid-screen, you got to be careful.
Standing medium kick once again. The money poke out of Pred. Whatever money he makes off of Street Fighter this weekend, it will have been paid for by standing medium kick. Has the crouching fierce anti-air. Doesn't even care about perfect parry. Very little drive gauge left in the tank, but has the overhead mix-up prepared. Knockdown, we get some frame kill.
Oh, and again, the drive rush is answered right away. There's the OD headbutt.
okay. But again, drops after the crouching medium kick in that spot. There's some execution mistakes here from Zerox that are leading to an awful lot of difficulty here for him, and smoked by the DI by the wall at a set point for LegendaryPredd. I think if Zerox is able to overcome these execution mistakes and find the willingness to take a breath like we saw in the matchup against Liston, this would be a very different story. Unfortunately here, off an explosive round start, Predd now has that level 3, has the install.
Especially against Kim, it's difficult because she is a character that when she moves, it feels scrambly and it makes you feel like you need to be reacting. So it's very good on her to be able to initiate situations just like this. Has the level 1, depending on the touch, able to get the standing medium again. And the perfect to close it, Predd. Wow.
Yeah, I think you were highlighting the towards roundhouse. I think there were a couple of tools there. The reason I call it like a great divide kind of thing is like Zerox went back to the tools that we had already watched work very effectively against Liston. And it's sort of that foundational, like, here's your layer 1, right? But when you get to that point of playing against truly capable players who have really spent time figuring this stuff out, layer 1 starts to not be enough, and you need to be able to dial in these additional degrees of nuance. And I think we started to see it, but 1, it came a little bit too late, and 2, I think in that second game, once he got off the back foot, I feel like there was maybe a little bit of feeling overwhelmed, and that nuance started to erode away.
Super fair, but either way, things continue to truck. That's the beautiful but heartbreaking double-edged sword of the